All right. Hello, 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 and welcome. It's Friday with the Founders, that time of the week again. Hopefully, everybody had a productive week. My name is E.R. Wolf. I'm here with Elify, one of the co-founders, joined by my business partner, Guy Toole. We co-founded Elify, and this is Friday with the Founders. So we're going to take an opportunity to talk with you about all things Elify. This is the opportunity for us as a community to get together once a week and to celebrate, share tips and tricks, and really encourage each other to leverage the technology in their own businesses and to take the technology to the rest of the world. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm going to encourage you in the chat. We've got the chat in Zoom. If you're watching in YouTube, obviously consider joining us in Zoom next time. And we've got the chat option. If you guys want to network together, go on ahead and introduce yourself, where you're calling in from, throw in your digital business card, and we want to network together. This is all making sure we have an opportunity to connect with each other as a community and help and support each other so that we can all win. Obviously, I'm joining from just outside of Denver, Colorado. I'm on the south side. Guy is on the north side, and we're having beautiful Colorado spring weather. So really nice here. In addition, if you want to join the conversation or have a tip, a trick, a celebration to add, there is a reactions button in the Zoom. Go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll try to bring everybody forward and unmute you in the order that you guys raise your hands. So Guy, with that being said, I know it's been a little bit of a weird week for me. I'm under the weather. My son was having field day. Like, it's been all over the place. But the beauty of it is, we run businesses that allow for that flexibility. And that's something that I know we're going to talk a little bit about today. I mentioned it for the Thursday discussion, was some of the time freedom. And we've talked about that in the past. And really, we're able to do that because as a technology company, we're bringing a service to a market that is massive, guys. And when we do that, that's going to allow us all, everybody on this call, to have a path towards more financial freedom, more time freedom, more location freedom, because we can, in essence, do this from anywhere in the world as long as we have an internet-enabled device. So, guys, we're living in the digital age. I mean, I see people on this call right now who are let's talk about the call itself, who are joining from all over the United States right now. How would we have ever been able to do this without technology? The old days, we'd all go to a meetup at a coffee shop, or somebody'd have a meeting in their house, or we'd have a location at a hotel. Guys, this is the digital age. We're all, in the comfort and convenience of our own location. Some of you are in cars driving, so drive safe, but we're all joining this call because of technology. So if you don't think technology is immersing itself in everything we do, you're sorely mistaken. The technology has become an integral part of our everyday lives. Guy, I know I was reading a stat. The average person spends about 4.5 hours a day with their eyeballs looking at some form of technology, either their mobile device, their computer screen. So from a business perspective, if you aren't showing up where your potential customers are, and they're using technology just like you and I, you're going to miss out on capitalizing on the opportunities that are available within the expansion of technology. It truly is a digital revolution. And Guy, you and I have been talking about this a ton. We've been talking about the market. And first and foremost, we created Elify because we wanted to provide solutions to the average everyday business owner that would allow them to be as competitive as the big business, the companies out there that are spending millions of dollars on technology because they have the budgets to do that. We at Elify want to simplify and scale down technology so it's accessible by everybody. And we want to make it a cost-effective, affordable solution that anybody can leverage. So Guy, I know when we started out, we were doing whole big systems. We were licensing them to companies, and we found out what people were using is relationship management. So let's talk about key components to every business. So if you're using Elify technology in your primary business right now, we want to make sure you know what is available within this technology and that you're leveraging what you have at your disposal, because that's going to give you the competitive advantage over companies that are just sort of still in the analog age of doing things manually, or maybe leveraging other solutions out there. And that first area we talk about is on the networking side. And the key to all networking, guys, is relationship management. Let's think about and unpack that guy for a second. Relationship management and networking. We've all heard it before. Your network is your net worth, as they say, and you have to believe in that. I truly believe, like Bob Bodine said in his book, The Power of Who, we all know everybody right now that's in our network has the power to take us wherever we want to go if we're willing to work those relationships, right? This is somebody who could be introducing us to our next customer or client. This could be our next customer or client. And the reality is the statistics are out on this. And it blows my mind because it's purely a function of action in my mind, Guy. It's purely a function of taking action. The average person, and this, some of you might fall into this right now. I want you to not be average. Here's why. The average person out there, they're not following up with their typical contact or prospect more than 2 times. So ask yourself this week, since we're on Friday here, did you have interactions with existing people within your network? If you did, go on ahead and throw that in the chat. Or wave, or let us know that you're being active. Ruben, 100%, my brother. I see you, Mike. Look, the people who are being active, they're going to get the results, right? That's all it is. It's action, activity. So the average person, 80%, less than 2 times. If you did more than 2 times interaction with your next customer, you're above average, and that's where we all want to be, because that's what it takes to be successful. Is taking action on those activities. Here's the reality. 50%, guys, this blows my mind every time I think of this. 50% of people will not do an interaction with somebody, even if they think they can do business. So think about this. When you meet somebody at a networking event, or when you're on a social group online and you meet somebody and you're like, hey, this is a potential prospect, and you have like a message and you message them and they're like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Let's do something. And then it stops cold turkey. Guys, one of you decided we didn't want to follow up with the other person. And in most cases, a majority of cases, right? 50% of the time, that's happening with one of those 2 people. And the odds are both of those people aren't going to follow up with each other. So if you move the ball into your court and stay on top of those follow-ups, you don't hear back from somebody, you reach back out, you set your follow-up reminders, you take your notes, you leverage the technology for its intended purpose, you're going to see that competitive advantage. You're going to see more deals come through your pipe. Okay. That's really what it boils down to. Just being active in the follow-up. So relationship management, a huge component within the Shuffle technology. Now that takes us to what we see as the big core tool within Shuffle, right? The digital business card. And that's where every relationship starts. It starts with your introduction to somebody. It starts with how they find out about you, who you are, what you do, how you can help them. That could come from you sharing your digital business card. It could come from you posting your digital business card somewhere where somebody comes across it. It could come from somebody referring you that business because you've been empowered them to refer business by sharing their digital business card with them. So this relationship management and networking component is a vital tool within all businesses. The most successful businesses, guys, they are looking so granularly at the analytics of their relationship management. They have it dialed in. They know what their cost per acquisition is. They know what their average lifetime value is. If you're unfamiliar with these terms, that's okay. Stick around, because you're going to start to get familiar with those terms within this community. But you want to get dialed into that type of efficiency, because that's how they're able to maximize their marketing spend, able to diversify how they're generating leads and prospects, and able to streamline the conversion of a prospect to a customer. Now, I know a lot of that sounds complex, but the technology is there to help you simplify the process. So that's what it is. The technology is the tool that helps you simplify the process in order to get from where you are to where you want to go in your business. So we talked relationship management, we talked a digital business card, but guys, a digital business card is nothing more than an interactive landing page. Okay, I want to shoot you guys straight, an interactive landing page about you. And if you can build an interactive landing page about you on the platform, guess what? You can build an interactive landing page, a dynamic landing page about anything you want to promote. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Anything you want to promote. It doesn't matter if it's a brand, a product, a service, an opportunity, a getting started, an event, anything you want to build a page about, you can build on the platform. So that's the other thing. It's the marketing component of Shuffle, right? Marketing with our digital business card, marketing with all of our other cards or landing pages, and measuring that against the people we're sharing it with, whether that be through a campaign, all of these audiences of people, or individuals. That's where the power of Shuffle comes in. And to offer that to individuals for as little as $10 or $20 per month is a game changer for most small business. So again, that might be you. You might be that small business out there that's looking to leverage a solution, get into technology that's going to support your growth, help you generate more leads, help you work those leads and turn them into prospects and customers, and help you continue to follow up and stay on top of your customers so that you retain them for longer and they start referring you business. That's that circular model that turns your customers into promoters and they start referring you guys business. This is what that technology is all about. And then if you haven't started leveraging it, you guys may be aware of the TAP product. We're continuing to iterate on this. We've got a new build coming up that's going to allow you guys to even programming these things without the card present. So you'll no longer need to even tap it or scan it. You could be handing these out to your individual promoters or team members. Maybe you're managing a team and you can manage the cards remotely. We're going to go through that in a future training through desktop management or even app management of the cards that have been programmed to your account. So again, we're always iterating the technology to make it far superior to what's in the marketplace and simpler and easier to use. So the TAP cards on the Elify side retailing for $20. And if you're taking these out to other businesses and supporting them with TAP technology, guys, they purchase this and they get the Shuffle for free, their free Shuffle account, and then they can upgrade that Shuffle account to have the premium pages and relationship management tools and all of that type of stuff. So with that being said, I want to throw this out and over to you, Guy, to add anything. And I want to open this up for anybody else who wants to talk about a use or a testimonial of how they're leveraging the technology and sort of some of the benefits that they're seeing of it. So, Guy,
appreciate that. And always looking at, since we're analytical type guys, we're the numbers and doing research and understanding technology and the paper product industry and the increase that you see in potential business. You know, ER, I know it's something that we've known and probably haven't spoke enough about it, is the paper business card has a stat out there saying about how to increase your business or how many times you need to share a card to increase your business. Now, the statistic number is you can increase your business by 2.5% if you share out how many cards. Does someone want to take a guess on how many cards someone needs to send out to increase their business by 2.5%?
Yeah, throw it in the comments, guys. Unless you already know the answer, raise your hand. But how many business cards do you think you have to send out or hand out manually for a 2.5% uptick in your business? Anybody?
The answer is way more than I want to.
I think that's probably right.
That is so true. It's 2,000. It is roughly 2,000 cards need to be handed out and to increase your business by 2.5%. Now, I know through technology and through Shuffle, Mike, you probably haven't had to hand out your card 2,000 times to increase your business by 2.5%. I'm pretty sure that you've had to do a lot less. I mean, I've looked at inception of how many times I've sent out my two main cards, and I've shared them out as a total 4,000 times. Now, how is that all done? It's done through text, it's done through email, tapping, all these different types of things. And I guarantee our business has increased by more than 2.5%. That would actually come out to 5% if I've shared it out 4,000 times. But 40%, and here's more numbers looking into the business card element and why we say make sure in the digital space we share something worth sharing. We create something worth sharing, because that first impression is extremely important, right? You want to leave a lasting impression more than anything. And 40% of people, so looking back at the metrics on people not doing follow-ups and those different types of things, take that out of consideration. 40% of people will not do business with someone if they look at someone's business card and it looks cheap. That's a physical business card. If your digital business card looks like you didn't put time and effort into it, I guarantee you're probably going to be in that 40% that's not going to have a great experience with Shuffle if you don't take the time to learn and educate and join all the trainings and look at what can be done, get in and play with it to understand that there's a lot of power with the digital version, the digital card builder, as well as the landing page builder, which brings so much more to the table. You know, we're talking with companies that saying we can essentially get rid of our websites. Yeah. We're not having to spend thousands and thousands of dollars and have to do, you know, a $500 or $1,000 change order just to change a link or change something within their website. It can be done for free through the subscription when utilizing Shuffle. Paper business cards say the reason why they're relevant is it's still the fastest way to share information. Well, we caught up, right? The digital world has caught up with NFC, with QR codes. It's faster and you digitize it. Yes, I can hand you my business card, but you've got to take our application allows you with the OCR object content reader to digitize that card. But if you didn't utilize something like that, you have to physically type it in. And maybe you fat finger something and it comes in wrong and you didn't put the phone number down and you're one of the normal people who threw the business card away within the first week, and you try to call someone, the phone number is wrong and you can't get that card back. Through the digital element, whenever you're sharing it with somebody, you're providing them with the information that they don't have to worry about digitizing. They don't have to worry about typing it in. You never know who you're going to meet and where you're going to meet them. I think this is so true from the aspect of you're not always going to carry a piece of paper collateral with you, but you're always going to have your phone with you. There's a good chance that within your wallet or your purse, you might have the tap technology. But it's the fastest, most seamless way to share the information about yourself, your brand. You can market anything on the platform. It's amazing to still have people combat the need for paper. And I understand the need for paper is still there. There's some businesses that require, I know here in Colorado in real estate, when you're showing a home, you have to leave a physical card. Well, there could be something that a lot of people moving in the future, it could be something with a play in the QR code or something of that sort that can actually be left or shared to the realtor that has the open house. Just a faster, more seamless way to digitize that information. So a good card, right, should always include your name, your address, depending on if you want to have a physical address from your home to your business, a logo, a phone number. Phone number could be multiple phone numbers from, is it a cell phone? Is it a landline? And your email. And looking at what we read always, no matter what, you've got to have links to destinations for somebody. Well, think about if I have a paper business card and I've got my websites and I've got my social handles, I've still got to, I'm putting a burden on someone that I'm handing it out to because they've got to get past the issue of going to search. And again, maybe they put in the wrong, type in the wrong URL and they're not getting access to the websites. A Shuffle digital card, like it's essentially you're hyperlinking them everywhere you want them to go. You are streamlining the fastest way for them to get to where you would potentially, hopefully, bring them along in your journey. And so get creative. Also, we always encourage that. Get creative with your brand. You know, you've got your brand. Shuffle is the product that you use to market your brand. Make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. We always encourage, make sure you're putting your best foot forward. And then the numbers do not lie, and they actually have improved over the last decade, and why we're even able to do this digital platform. 10 years ago when we started this, there were elements that we have now that we couldn't do because the technology wasn't available, right? So we're continually evolving this, and from those numbers, it's increased the importance every day of having something digital to be able to share to someone, to a potential customer, client, family member, team member, something to get out to everyone and say, hey, this might be the most seamless platform that's available for you to brand or market your branding and get the right information to the right person at the right time.
Yeah, I agree. If anybody has any questions, tips, tricks, comments, celebrations, a guest they'd like to introduce, or anything like that, please feel free to raise your hand, and we can answer that or give you the stage. I want to highlight something that Guy mentioned, and I hope you guys pick this up, because I think we're at an inflection point. Truly an inflection point with digital business cards versus physical cards. And Guy mentioned it, right? The fastest way to share information used to be, I'm going to hand you a piece of paper. And I agree, if it was this versus me opening my phone, typing some stuff up, creating a text message, shipping it out, it's definitely faster to hand over a piece of paper. But now that we're incorporating NFC technology, and it's as quick as tapping their device to share information, it now is surpassing handing somebody a physical card. And the reason being, as Guy was talking about, is the fact that they still have to take an action to move forward on anything that's on this card, let alone the limitations of what you can put on a physical card. You've got the front and the back real estate. They still have to type in your social media link, type in your phone number, type in those things. And then they still have to remember where they put this when they save it. When you shift over to a digital side, and that's really what we're talking about. We're talking about becoming relevant in the digital age. And I think I saw somebody post that in the chat, and that's truly it. We're talking about you becoming relevant in the digital age, because that's where everything is moving. That's where it's trending towards. Now you have millennials and Generation Z that are only going to continue to push it forward. So if you feel like you're starting to become, the analog dinosaur, technology is going to bring you forward and make you relevant in the digital age. And it's applying some of those tools and features, right? QR codes. I know we've talked a lot about digital business cards. QR codes. Anywhere where my potential audience is that they can scan at their convenience is an opportunity to use a QR code. In some cases, that still means using print media, right? A flyer, a banner, a wrap that might go on a vehicle, a billboard. All of these are opportunities for people to have a QR code. I've started to see QR codes be used on TV. Now my morning news stations are showing QR codes to link you to the latest news articles or to products that they're highlighting on the news channel. All of this type of stuff is relevant in today's market. The question is, are you leveraging that in your business? Are you showing other people how they could leverage this in their business? The same thing with the TAP, the same thing with relationship management. If you're still just making a list of the people you talk with and then sort of reviewing that list and making notes, you're going to fall behind just because the process is cumbersome. So it's about finding those efficiencies. Anyways, Guy, I know we've been talking a bit here, about half our time on the technology, which we usually do. Questions for anything related to Elify technology from anybody in the audience? Go ahead, throw it in the chat or raise your hand.
So I see, Rose, you're asking about potentially having a conversation with a blogger to review, or that has reviewed others. I would always say build the relationship by starting to ask the questions or ask for feedback. It's huge within what we see people do all the time with creating a digital element within Shuffle and sharing it out to others and asking them for their review or to give a critical feedback so you can make it better. I think that's one thing we've learned more and more is when people give critical reviews, so many people step back and they feel bad about it. And it's like, well, I guess I won't touch it. A critical review gives you the opportunity to make it better. Gives you the opportunity to say, you know what, thank you for that feedback. I can do better. I'm going to do better. So a potential blogger that can look at Shuffle as a platform or look at it for you, it's building that relationship with them and say, hey, I'm using something and I would love your opinion, or I would love to see what you think about this. Here's why I'm using it. And give some of those examples of why I'm using it or what you've seen increase in your business or within your marketing efforts, and say, we're excited to be able to have a conversation with you, and maybe just leave it at that, but set that type of expectation, asking a question. Hopefully they reply back, but also setting an expectation that you're going to follow up with them. And hopefully they've taken the time to review if that's something they've done, or when you follow up, that's where you can have that additional conversation.
I also think if I can add to this guy, to Rose Michelle's question, and I know Greg Boone and I were talking about influencers and influencer marketing. And again, if you're on the affiliate side of Elify and you're looking to go out and spread the word, and you're trying to use the leverage component that we apply by building your sphere of influence, building your team, I think influencers and bloggers and those people who have a voice out there are a great opportunity for all of our affiliates. But I think you want to be very strategic about how you're approaching them. The first thing I would say is, how would you see them best using this tool? Or to Guy's point, asking some of those questions on how they market and promote, and seeing where this tool could be leveraged. If it's a blogger, maybe it's showing them that they could link to their other blogs from this card. You know what I mean? Ideally creating some type of sample that's going to highlight those best benefits from their perspective as a sample for them, so that they can put it in their own eyes of using it for themselves, so that they can do a review for their audience. And we've thought about that. Also, think about the blogger, right? It's not just any blogger out there, right? If you're a travel blogger, you're probably not going to come on and review and blog about a digital business card. But if you're a sales and marketing or business or whatever type of blogger, maybe this is the perfect thing that you'd be looking for to write a review on, because you're looking for things to create content on. The same thing from the influencer perspective, right? If you're a business influencer, if you're targeting a business influencer, you want to put it and position it how it's going to, one, benefit them, and two, how it's going to benefit their audience. But if you're an influencer that's like the fashion influencer, you're really just going to show them how they could leverage this to highlight and build their brand. So I want to make sure you're being very specific about what your intent is in targeting the bloggers, the influencers that are out there. The first line of intent can be, I'm just looking for another customer, and that customer has a secondary voice. And I think that's one approach, right? Here's a tool that you can use to highlight yourself and your blog, and we want to see you as a customer. Here you go. The other one is having a specific intent that says, look, I want to show you how you can leverage this tool, and I want to partner with you to promote this tool to your audience. And I think that's a whole different approach. And again, I think it's going to require a little bit more interaction and dialogue between it. And you might have to find the right one to go down that path, right? Are you an influencer? Do you have an audience? If we could help you build your audience with this tool, would it be beneficial to look at? And if we could give you compensation or talk some type of hybrid sponsorship, right, for those influencers out there, to get this out to your audience where you get residual compensation, would you be open to the conversation? Again, you don't have to push all of the information out to them. You have to start a dialogue and continue those interaction points until you discover, one, what the pain points are, and two, what the benefits are that you can position to them to start moving forward. Additionally, know that you have a community here at your disposal. So just like Rose Michelle posts in the comments, hey guys, I have a question. I'm talking to this individual, or I'm targeting that individual. We can collectively get together as a community and offer support. So much so that Guy and I, we put our own business cards in here. It has our own personal information on there. We're here to support. I've gotten on several calls with several of you, in the past weeks, just trying to offer as much support as possible for you to win at this, because we want everybody to win with Elify, right? Whether you're using the technology to promote as a customer or whether you're actually running the affiliate program. So Guy, I think if there aren't any questions or anything like that.
Nope. I want to add to this a little bit, and then Ruben, you've had your hand up for a little bit, and we'll bring you on. But just a little bit of a story that had happened to me this week is, and ER and I were chatting about it. Is I'm receiving a phone call, and it's a no caller ID, and usually I don't answer them. But for some reason, it's like pick it up because it's going to give me an opportunity to either step away from having to think about work a little bit, and I get to mess with someone who's going to try to scam me, or I'm going to actually get an opportunity to talk to someone who it can turn into a pretty good relationship. And not that I'm going to flip the script on them, but going to give them a different idea to do things, because we get the spam emails. ER and I probably receive more spam emails than anybody about marketing. They can come do amazing marketing for us, and we need to pay them this amount of money. And when you sort of say, hey, we would love to be able to have a conversation with you, but we're a pay for performance platform. No one in that element wants to put, their $10,000 markup online to say that, we do such a good job that you pay us $10,000 and you're going to have amazing marketing. Well, if it's so amazing, put that information together, go off and market, and then you can earn a lot more if your collateral can bring people onto our platform. But getting this call from this individual, and he's talking to me about, have we thought about marketing through podcasts and doing those different types of things? And podcasts are interesting, but from the aspect, we're basically doing our own podcasts 4 times a week within our own group. But having this conversation with this individual, start talking to him about how we do business, because that's something we always talk about in business conversations, is we're a whole different animal than your normal business, where we will pay you as good as you are, what you're worth. That's been the whole industry guideline, is you get paid what you're worth here. And so having that conversation with him, he's trying to sell me on, we need to do podcasts. And it was like the light bulb went off in his head. And he's like, we're going to talk next week. I know about a dozen podcasters who I need to introduce you to so they can get on your platform and be able to talk about it to their large networks. So those are the types of calls at times that you may want to pick up and see if you can have those types of conversations, because I guarantee what we have here is needed by everyone else. They might not know it yet, but it's needed by everyone else. So just wanted to add that to that, since we're talking bloggers, we're talking podcasts, sort of falls in the same element. So Ruben.
Go ahead, Ruben.
This is so interesting. Last night, I had a Zoom conference with my associates with send-out cards, okay? The top dog in send-out cards has been there, is making tons of money, whatever. Guess what he was talking about and showing us? How to deal with bloggers. I mean, it's a strategy. I wrote all kinds of notes. It's a lot of work, because these people are professionals in what they do. So how are we going to get into their world? Well, he said, hey, tell them you're a rookie. Tell them you're an offline marketer that wants to know more about online marketing. Can you help me? Okay, that's the, in other words, you're a novice asking for advice. That's strategy number 1. And number 2, where do you find these people? And look at the resources I got. You go to LinkedIn, and there's a filter in LinkedIn that you can type in marketers, bloggers, etc. Clubhouse, another one, another place where you can find these people. And then they mentioned here, I'm not too sure if you know about Reddit. Reddit is another component that you can type in and ask for online marketers. In other words, there are vehicles for you to access who they are and then contact them. And as ER and a guy said, build a relationship with them. And it's really an interesting, pretty timely right now.
So true, Ruben, and thank you so much for sharing that. And here's the reality, guys. There's such a wealth of potential opportunity available in the market that we can be targeting and servicing. That guys, you can leverage any number of strategies to find people to outreach to. The reality is what Ruben, you were saying, it's still going to be some work. So be aware of that, right? You can go on, here's a gut check for everybody. You can go on Google right now to Ruben's point about LinkedIn, and you can search for a blog about any topic, business blogs, okay? And you're going to get, I don't know, I'm going to do it right now. I'm opening up my other window and I'm typing in business blogs. I'm tempted to share my screen, but I'm sure Google wouldn't like us doing this. There is 3.4 billion results on Google with just the term business blogs. Now, not all of those are going to be a blog about business, but you could literally just in the 2 seconds it took to look that, start going through from page 1 to page 10 and checking out those blogs and then outreaching to the person who's maybe writing those, or put a comment in just saying you want to connect. Ruben, I like your idea. People are always willing to give two things: advice and an opinion if you ask them. You know, hey, can I get your take on something? Hey, can I get your opinion on something? Hey, can I get your advice about something? Now, automatically they're thinking, wow, of course, you look up to me, let me give it to you. You'll be amazed at how much response you get with that type of stuff. And again, if you're skilled in what you're doing, you know, to Guy's point, it's not necessarily flipping the script, it's allowing you to ask questions. And as you ask questions, you're gathering information and you're developing a know, like, trust relationship. And then you can start positioning. You know, hey, how do you do that? Oh, hey, I've been using this tool that I think can help you grow the audience. You know, check out how this could be used for you. But don't just show them yours, like spin up a little example for them and then show them, you know, oh, and then this links to your other blogs and stuff like that. I can help you set that up. And it's a low cost every month. I've been using it for X amount of time, and this is the results that I've received. Again, you can rinse and repeat that process all across the board. The same thing, maybe you're in a specific industry. Go on to Google and look it up. Go on to LinkedIn and look it up, and you'll find massive amounts of people who, in most cases, because we're in the early adopter phase of technology in the digital space, they're just coming online to these types of solutions. So I definitely wouldn't overlook that. And I think that segues us really well into talking about the affiliate program, Guy. And I think this is something that we're just as passionate about. Here's where the passion lies, everybody. The passion lies in entrepreneurship and business. That's where the passion lies. On both the technology side, we're laser focused on creating technologies that support entrepreneurship and business. Okay? Why? Look, I don't know what your financial goals are, but if you want to look at the richest people in the world, right? Pull up the Forbes 500 list. I can guarantee you one thing: a majority, probably close to 90 to 95% of the people on that list have one thing in common. They all own a business. So if you're thinking about a strategy to create wealth in your life, I will tell you right now, unless you have a very, very, very narrow skill set that is in demand and you can get a job that pays 6-7 figures, or maybe you're a professional athlete or a professional in some some field that pays 7 figures, the job or the 4-letter word work is not going to be a path that's going to take you to the same outcome as being an entrepreneur and owning a business. And that's the reality. And yet there are so many businesses out there, guys. 30 million businesses just in the United States registered through Secretary of State. Okay. Sole proprietors, small businesses, they're getting started every single day. And they all need tools to help them run their business. So the total addressable market worldwide on this, hundreds of millions of individuals who are looking for solutions. Now, we understand they're not all going to be a perfect Elify customer, but the reality is some of them will be. Okay, some of them will be. And we're looking for people to help us find those people and support them with our technology. Why? Because as entrepreneurs and business owners ourselves, we understand how powerful technology can be in helping uplift, the growth and the scale of our organizations, of our businesses. And the other thing on that side to the affiliate program is we also understand businesses and entrepreneurship can be the best path to financial freedom, to time freedom, to location freedom. So much so, I think it's not perfect, but it's better than going down the traditional path to wealth, right? Put a portion of your income aside every single month, hopefully for 20, 30, 40 years, and have enough stockpiled away that you can draw from that portfolio. Look at how the markets are going right now. Nasdaq's down like 30%. If you just saw a third of your portfolio get wiped out, you're not trusting that old path like it's set in stone. And in fact, the stats are out on that path. 80%. And again, I keep coming back to this Paretos Principle where it's like 80-20 rule. 80% of people, they don't have enough saved up to ever retire. I truly believe that you can have an early retirement. You can retire your spouse, you could retire yourself, you could have total time freedom and choose how or what you want to spend your time doing if you're willing to put in the effort to build a business. And there are certain paths you can take to build a business. You can start a business from scratch. I've done that myself multiple times, right? You create the product or the service, you create all the processes and systems and infrastructure around it, right? You do all of those things and bring a product to market and you can build a business from scratch. It's an uphill battle, but if you enjoy that process, it's worth it. But a lot of people don't. That's why something like 70% of businesses will fail in the first 2 years that get started. Other option, you can buy a franchise. If you've got a big stack of cash there and you're willing to go to Hamburger University, they'll give you a path to follow. It's like a business that already exists. Definitely an option for a lot of people who maybe don't have a business mind or are willing to start that business from scratch and build and flush out all of those processes and systems. But it requires a heavy capital investment, right? And then you're still looking at all the stats. What's the best business to be in? Guys, the best business to be in is where there's a total addressable market that is virtually limitless. Okay. If you're selling gas-powered toothbrushes, there's not a lot of people out there looking for gas-powered toothbrushes, right? But if you're selling something like business cards that literally 10 billion of them were printed last year, and it's a $14 billion market, there are a lot of people who are out there looking for a better solution. And when you tell them that the business cards are ineffective, that 90% of them are getting trashed, that you got to promote 2,000, you got to hand out 2,000 of them just to uptick by 2% in your business, they're going to be open to discovering a better way and a better solution. That's what all of this is about. So as much as we're passionate about creating products that service entrepreneurship and business, we're just as passionate about giving a path to entrepreneurship and a path to business ownership for anybody who wants to go down that path, and doing it in a way that we believe the average person can be successful. Why? Because the key to being successful in any business, okay, I've got a master's in finance, guys. I've got a master's with a focus on entrepreneurship, with financial management, all of this type of stuff. The key to being successful in business is to make sure your business makes you more than it spends. Think about that. That's how simple it is. You've got to have a business that produces more revenue coming in than you have an expense going out. The remainder, that margin, is called profit. And after you pay the tax man, you get to keep the rest or roll it into your business. And you build that up over time, creating value in your business. That's what we're talking about with our affiliate program here at Elify. Because if you're not going to start a business from scratch, if you're not going to or don't have the wherewithal to do that, or you don't have the funds to buy a franchise, you've got a few other options. You can join an existing business as some type of contractor, independent business owner, affiliate, etc. And there's a few different industries out there that allow for that. The grandfather of it all is in direct sales and network marketing and multi-level marketing. But I always tell people, you've got to look at the business model to see if it makes sense. How much business do you need to do to make it successful? That's the dial on the revenue side. How much expense are you going to have on the outflow side? And what is it going to take for you to make a profitable business? That's the big question everybody who's looking at opportunities out there should be looking at. If I told you right now you could generate $2 million in income tomorrow with business A, how many of you would choose that? A lot of people would be throwing up their hands, but here's the reality. What if I told you it costs you $3 million an expense to do that. So you're going to make 2 million, you're going to spend 3 million, you're going to be in the hole, in the red in your business by $1 million. Nobody would touch that business with a 10-foot pole. Now I want to talk about Elify and our affiliate model, because the expense side of the business, which is probably one of the biggest components, is minuscule, right? We charge you $1 to get started, and we prorate that against your first commission. So you have zero out-of-pocket expense to start your business. I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about the people you know right now who have been looking for business opportunities, because they're going to be comparing apples to apples out there. And if you said you can start business A for $1 million investment to buy a hamburger franchise, or you can invest in business B and it's $0 to get started and 100% up in potential, which one are they going to consider? If they don't have the budget for that, they're going to consider the one that they can go down. So low cost investment is a huge thing. $1 to get started, everybody. Number 2, you qualify. You qualify for everything at time 0. Okay. The only thing that you got to earn is the bonuses that we've included, and we'll talk about those in a second. But you don't have to do any amount of volume at all, right? Think about that. How many businesses out there, in order to get paid, you have to do a certain amount of volume? I know a ton of them. I know thousands of them, and they will gladly have you join their opportunity. But in order to earn, you've got to do a certain amount of volume. It's like being in sales, guys, every month in order to maintain that. What do you have to do in volume over here at Elify? Nothing, but you're not going to get paid anything if you don't produce, right? This is, as Guy said, pay for performance. You will get out what you put in on this, okay? And then the other thing, right, is residual compensation. If you're looking at opportunities out there, you want to be looking for opportunities that pay you not just once, one time. I've been in opportunities like that, right? Worst opportunity I was ever in, I sold an ebook. You know how many people buy the same ebook every month? It's not a residual proposition, guys. They buy it once, and then you got to go find another person to buy an ebook. We want to buy consumable or promote consumable products so that every month they need it again. That's the old quote from Gillette, right? The CEO of Gillette once said, you know what I love about selling razors is that I can wake up every morning rest assured that half the population is going to be shaving their face, the other half is going to be shaving their legs, and in a week, they're all going to need another razor. That's consumable products, guys. So if you're looking at opportunities, residual compensation, low investment cost, right? No requirements, okay? And leverage is this other component, okay? The leverage piece, in my mind, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, a guy who's been reviewing business models for the last 20 years, residual compensation is the first component and leverage is the second component that you want to be looking at. Why? Because even if you build a business from scratch, you would still want to have both of those elements in there. If you don't find or have leverage in your existing opportunity, guess what? You're not a business owner. You are self-employed, and all you own is a job. And you have to be the one producing 100% of everything. Okay? I'm up on my soapbox because I don't want you to get stuck in that trap. Every one of us has an opportunity here with Elify to start a business with no upfront capital cost, okay? To get paid directly on everything we do with no volume requirements. So whenever we do it, we get paid. If we're not doing it, we're not getting paid, but the residuals are still coming in. So residual compensation, I could give you 100% one time, or I could give you 10% for the life of that customer. And if they stay on more than 10 months, guess what? You're in the black on that profit side, guys. That's the reality of it. And then the leverage component, to where it's just not you being self-employed as an affiliate. It's your ability to go out and share what we're talking about with Elify and with the affiliate program to other people, because there's a massive amount of people. We talk about the business area. There's a massive amount of people out there looking for opportunities right now, right? We just went through the great resignation where employees finally realized that they have some power. And now they're looking for more flexibility in their careers. They're looking for things that they can do remotely. And when I talk about remotely, we're talking from anywhere in the world, right? You could be on the beach in Bali with a laptop running your business. You could be on a mountaintop with your cell phone running your business. This is the flexibility that Guy and I are so passionate about entrepreneurship and business that we went down the whole path of developing this, not to help us sell more products, guys. It would be easier for Guy and I to be direct marketing this or to be doing big contracts, but to open up a path for entrepreneurs to become entrepreneurs and business owners through a very simple model and allow that to be 100% scalable so that everybody who helps us grow with this gets to participate in that growth, gets to participate in that revenue. And here's the reality. We're on a mission, right? We want to put Shuffle in the hands of millions of people around the globe. And when you think about it like that, 100 million people, 100 million businesses worldwide out there, okay? I'm not going to be the guy who says, we're going to go out and we're going to get 100 million businesses, okay? Let's say we didn't even do 10% of that, 10 million businesses. Let's say we did 1% of the whole market. You know, I always say, yay, we're the Shasta, not the Coke of the technology space. If you did 1%, let's run the numbers on that. That would be about 1 million people. Okay, I'm not talking about the freebies out there. I'm talking 1 million paid people at a $10 price point. That's 10 million. We'll keep the math simple. $10 million a month. That's $100 million in revenue a year. And with our affiliate program, if you look at the math, and we're going to look at that here as we close this thing out, we're going to pay over 50% of that revenue back out to the affiliates. The structure's already there. We've already been paying out million plus commissions to our affiliates, guys. People have already earned tens of thousands of dollars selling $10 and $20 business cards. Okay, the proof is in the pudding. 10 million a month, 100 million a year, 50% of it get paid out. If we have 1 million paying users, we're going to be paying out $50 million a year to affiliates. And the question is, how much of that are you going to stake for your own? Because it all boils down to you guys as affiliates getting out there and sharing and promoting, and us supporting you any way we can to go out and spread the word. So before I jump over to any visuals, Mike, I saw that hand go up. Please contribute to the conversation. Thank you so much.
I just hope they're listening. I hope they're listening to you, because Lord, I seen it when I first started, and that's why I'm in no rush. I'm gonna get there, but this thing it's just awesome. I hope they're listening, and it's not hard to do. All you got to do is share the business that you are in. Share your business with the digital business card, and the card will do the work. I keep preaching that. The card will do it. People will get amazed. And once they're amazed, you don't have to sell it. You just got to tell it, because they're going to want it no matter what.
Preach it, preach it, preach it, Mike, because I will tell you what, big amen to that one. If you are listening to this, if you're hearing this, if somebody sent you that little sound bite and you heard it, guys, I'm telling you, take a deep look on this. I can only preach it. I can't do the work for you. Okay, we've already done the work. We've already seen the results. I'm trying to spread the word. Now, I know not everybody who we lead to water is going to drink. I know not every door we open, somebody's going to walk through. This is a numbers game. In my mind, some people will see this. Some people won't see this. So what? I'm moving forward. At the end of the day, Guy and I are going to have millions of users on this platform. And we are so blessed and excited for the number of users that we already have, the countries that we're in, and the affiliates that we're helping win with this model. So with that being said, I want to quickly jump over. We're going to go through this really fast, right? This is that when Guy says you've got a minute or less to cover this information. This is what we're going to do. The affiliate program is really simple. We've made it super simple, okay? It's a 3-step process. You're going to join as an affiliate. You might join when you enroll. If you're already in Shuffle, you can sign up to be an affiliate. There's literally 4 questions you answer to become an affiliate. What's your name, legal name, first and last? What's your email address? What's your date of birth? Make sure it matches your government stuff so that taxes and all of that stuff gets pulled. You join as an affiliate. You get a bunch of links, invite links, hyperlinks, digital cards or promotional cards you can share out. And to Mike's point, you just go out and promote. You promote it when you're using it to promote your brand, your business, your products, your services. You actively promote by sharing out Shuffle and Elify and tap information to people, right? Talking about the technology itself, talking about the opportunity itself. And just by exposing individuals, some people will come through your link and they're going to enroll. Then what do? You start earning commission. To Mike's point, he went down this path. I'm a tortoise versus a hare myself, Mike, right? Slow and steady wins the race. All you have to do is be relentlessly consistent and diligent about going out there and using it and sharing it. And then the timeline is 100% up to you. You'll start earning. Okay. My first goal for everybody, if you don't have an online business, this could be your first foray into online business. And once you make your first sale and earn your first commission, it doesn't get any harder than that. It's just a matter of rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. How do I know? I've been doing it for 2 decades, over 2 decades now. And it's afforded me everything I could ever have dreamed of. So affiliate earnings, 10% residually for all of your direct referrals. That's every single month that customer continues to be a customer here at Elify. If they came through you, you earn every single month. So maybe you start out with a few people. Great. You're going to earn off of them every single month. Maybe you add a few more the next month and the next month. This is something, because it's residual, you build over time. In addition, we talked about the leverage component. Guys, this is the most important component. I can't preach it enough. 8%. So 2% less than what you earn directly. And guess what? You're helping somebody else earn. If you're supporting them or they need help, but your team is going out there and now they're helping you as well. So they're going to earn their 10%. You're going to earn your 8%. And we're going to give you that 8% on all network referrals for a full 6 degrees of separation. You know, haven't you ever heard of that 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type of thing, right? We're all sort of know each other through a 6 degrees. Exactly. Get out there and promote. And then the next person promotes, the next person promotes, and you're going to earn on all of it. And it doesn't matter whether they're promoting as a customer or an affiliate, you're going to earn on them. And then the direct referral bonus milestones. If you're out there and you can hit a threshold of directly referring 10 people, we'll unlock a 7th level, 20 people, an 8th level, 30 people, a 9th level, 40 people. If you can directly refer 40 people to Shuffle, to Tap, guess what, guys? You're going to unlock 10 levels of earnings at 1% for levels 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is what it looks like. You're the affiliate, 10% residually off of everybody you earn on. Okay, 8% off of everybody they bring you to for a full 6 degrees of separation. And when you do 10, 20, 30, or 40 people direct, so this is you making the direct referral, you'll unlock level 7, 8, 9, and 10 for additional leverage. So if you want to max out this program, again, if you're setting a goal for yourself and truly leaning into this, focus on 40 and do that in chunks of focusing on 4. That's what Guy and I always say. Make it simple. Focus on 4. If you did 4 people a week or 4 people a month, if you did 4 people a month, in 10 months, you'd have your 40 people. You'd have earnings on all the capability to earn on all 10 levels. And then it'd be a matter of just supporting your team as you push through depth. And that means engaging with them, inviting them to these types of calls and letting them engage within the community here. That's what this community is for. We are here to support your success because, again, we are super passionate about creating entrepreneurs and business owners, and we want to give you guys a path to a profitable business. And this can be a profitable business because I want you to ask yourself this one question. If you are a Shuffle subscriber, okay, how much are you paying a year? Because that's your business expense. You're going to write it off on your taxes. I'm not a tax advisor, but I'm pretty sure you can write off business expenses in your business. If you're paying $10 or $20 a month for this, what is that? $120 for the year on the expense side? You know, and then the rest is all profit, guys. So when we talk about a business that can be profitable, the average affiliate that we have, they're earning 5x on what they're spending on average. Okay. You can look at the income disclosure statements of other businesses. And trust me, there's only 1% of people out there who are earning anything. The rest are losing money in their business. So the key here, in my opinion, is to create profitable businesses and allow those businesses to scale through leverage. And we want to work with you guys to show you the way. So Guy, with that being said, I'll open this up for any last questions. I know you and I have a hard stop in the next 2 to 3 minutes here, but if there is any question, go ahead, unmute yourself. Please contribute to the conversation. Jeff, I see your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the school teacher in me. I've got to raise my hand. Pulling a big camper right now, guys. I'm going to make a left turn, but I want to put a cherry on the top to emphasize the stuff that the guys have been talking about as I've been a fly on the wall today. But I just read a great article about, affiliate marketing, right? And that's what we're talking about. And for those of you that don't know it, I spent 10 years with my own healthy vending machine, right? That's affiliate marketing. Jeff wasn't making the products I was putting in the machine. I used the machine as the tool, right, to sell other companies that I had to go out and research and find out who did I want to associate with my brand, right? My brand of Healthy Vending Iowa, that I could trust and put in my machine. But I was an affiliate marketer, right? Selling somebody else's product and getting a piece of the port. So now, in the age of the internet, affiliate marketing is now about selling someone else's product, but transactionals, and here's the key word, write this down, everybody, recurring affiliate commissions or affiliate recurring commissions is the key, right? Mm-hmm. And so then what you do is when you create your bundle of products, the offers that you're making to your customers, whether that's your business that you're doing, whether it's Elify or whatever. And that's what I've been working on furiously, is putting together, and I want you guys to think about this. What can you put together with your Elify program? And that's exactly what it is. And so this article that I read, it was the top 10 ways to earn recurring commissions. And it was a lot of companies that you've probably heard of, like AWeber, right? It's an autoresponder company. Well, that's just one thing. It's a pretty niche-y, small niche. How many people out there are looking for autoresponders? I have one, but I mean, I'm probably one out of a lot. Whereas how many people are looking for a digital business card? Well, hell, if I knew about it, I'd want one. So start to think about the products that you offer outside of Elify that are potentially recurring commission. And if they're more transactional, maybe you get a bundle here, you get a sale here and there. Keep in mind that that's the what I call the bread and butter of my online income is Elify, because it's consistent, it's the recurring income. So as I build with my new companies, I'm building a stack of offers. We are building exactly and partnering with Elify to build the most attractive, irresistible, recurring commission offer. And I encourage all of you to work on that this weekend. Build your best recurring commission offer. That's residual income. That's passive income, whatever fancy name you want to put on it. Yeah. That's what it is. And that's what ER and, all of you have been talking about for freedom.
Yeah. Thanks so much for that, Jeff. Drive safe, please. I know you're on the road right now, so please drive safe. All the dogs there traveling along. Be safe and travel safe. I hope you arrive at your destination safely as well. And here's the reality, guys. I'm going to recap it. We're going to close this thing down. We're in the midst of a digital revolution. Now more than ever, we all have an opportunity where we can work from anywhere. Okay. Jeff is in his car driving and participating in what I would call work, being on one of these calls, right? You've heard from some other individuals who are part of this program who are seeing results. And again, their testimonials are worth their weight in gold, because the reality is it's true. There's a path where you can have a business. You can work from home. You can work from anywhere through your smartphone. It's a low cost business to run. And to get into, not a high upfront cost at all. And it pays for performance. So there's no limit to what you can earn on or in this business. The only limit is going to be you and your willingness to get into action and activity and to get this in front of more people. It offers you residual compensation, to Jeff's point, and the opportunity to leverage the efforts of other people, which are the two most critical components in any business system or model. So with that being said, I'm going to invite you to join us in some of our other calls that we have coming up. I encourage that if you are already on this, to will, skill, and refill over the weekend so that you can come in next week ready to charge your business forward. On Monday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, we'll be hosting our sprint planning call. On Tuesday, we have a Tech Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Time. Make sure to join that if you want to learn how to use the technology that we're promoting. And I'd encourage everybody, become an expert user. That will help you become an expert promoter, because you can understand how to best serve others. On Thursday, we'll do roundtable discussions, and we're looking at adjusting that format and creating more of a dialogue within the social groups and videos and things like that, so everybody can participate in the conversation. And that'll bring us a round trip back to our fourth call, which is Friday with the Founders, and you've just been a part of right now. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for giving us a little bit of your time on Friday. We know that time is valuable, and we appreciate that. I just want to encourage you, get out there and share. Set yourself your goals and get out there and start striving to meet those goals. Help us spread the word and stake your claim in some aspect of that revenue stream that we're creating here. And then let us know how we can support you. So with that being said, everybody, I want to thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to everybody next week.
Hey, thank you, ER. Thank you, Guy.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Take care. Thanks, everybody. Mike, for contributing. Good to hear from you. Jeff, everybody. Good to see everybody. Jay, Danon, awesome to have you guys on. Take care, James.